The Boy in the Box, America's Unknown Child. The wind clawed through the trees the morning it happened, February 25th, 1957. Fox Chase, a quiet patch of woods outside Philadelphia, slept under a dull gray sky, but something unnatural waited beneath a tangle of brush, something that would rattle the nation for decades. 18-year-old Andy Miller had no intention of becoming part of a nightmare. He was out checking his animal traps, boots crunching through frozen leaves when he saw it. A wooden box the size of a small suitcase lying crookedly near a muddy path. It looked abandoned, water-stained, and strangely out of place. Andy almost kept walking. Almost. Curiosity has a dangerous voice. It whispered. He knelt beside the box and flipped open the lid. His breath froze. Inside lay a little boy, no older than 4 or 5. Naked, fragile, his hair crudely chopped, as if someone had hurriedly tried to change his appearance. There were bruises, purple, yellow, fresh, old, mapping the child's small body like a cruel history book. Andy stumbled back, dropping the lid. For a moment, the forest felt alive around him, watching. Within the hour, police cars choked the narrow road. Officers walked the area in grim silence, flashlights cutting through the brush. Reporters arrived next, hungry for answers the detectives didn't have. Who was the child? Who left him here? And why did it seem like no one in the world cared he was gone? The boy didn't match any missing child reports. No frantic parents came forward. No hospital claimed him. No neighbor reported a child suddenly disappearing. The detectives stared at his small face, serene now, but clearly marked by hardship, and felt the sting of failure settling in early. Days turned into weeks. The media began calling him the Boy in the Box. Later, America would know him as America's Unknown Child. But back then, in the cold confusion of 1957, the case grew stranger. Detective Jonathan Hale couldn't shake one detail. Near the box, beneath the thorns, he had found a single blue button, clean, polished, almost deliberately placed. It didn't match the boy's clothing because he had none. It didn't match any local manufacturers either. And then there were the footprints, tiny, overlapping, frantic, as if the boy had run here or been chased. One night, Hale sat in his car overlooking the woods, turning the blue button in his hand. A feeling gnawed at him. This wasn't just abandonment. This felt staged. The box, the hair cutting, the lack of clothing. Someone had tried to erase this child. A month later, a woman named Lillian came forward. She claimed she had seen a boy who looked exactly like the one in the box, living with a reclusive couple in a rundown farmhouse off Pine Road. She swore she heard the woman yelling, the child crying day after day. But every time police checked the house, it was empty, abandoned, dust thick as grief on the windowsills. Yet neighbors remembered the couple. They were strange, they said, kept to themselves. One neighbor recalled seeing a child with bruises. Another mentioned hearing arguments late at night. But the couple had vanished before Lillian ever spoke up. Hale followed the leads for years, long past when the case went cold. Sometimes he returned to the woods where the boy was found. He said the place never felt right, too quiet, too careful, as if holding its own secrets. By the time the 1970s arrived, the case had become a ghost story whispered in police halls. In 1998, new DNA tests offered hope but no answers, and as decades passed, the identity of the boy in the box remained stubbornly out of reach. Yet something changed in 2019, when advanced genetic genealogy traced the boy to a distant family line. It wasn't a name, but it was a direction, a crack in the wall of silence. And for the first time, Hale, old now, retired, felt the flicker of closure. America's Unknown Child still waits for justice. His story still unfinished. His voice still buried beneath years of mystery. But the boy in the box is no longer forgotten. His memory lingers in every detective who refused to give up, and in every stranger who mourned a child they never knew. And maybe, just maybe, the person who once knew him still fears the day the truth finally steps out of the shadows.